Hi, this is Salma, and this is my project. I did a game. It's called Evolutionary Sorry. I'm not gonna lie, I did base it off of the game Sorry, but I incorporated some elements from Monopoly. And the way I did it was with the cards. In the cards, you have the regular 1, 2, 3, 4. I shuffled them so they're all messed up. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, and then you have the Sorry. The way I incorporated it was in the fourth card. Usually when it's 4, you move one pawn backwards 4 spaces and draw again. But the way I chose to do it was I moved one pawn backwards 4 spaces to draw, and you have to draw again. But you have to draw from the evolutionary consequences pile and move accordingly. So evolutionary consequences would be something like mass extinction, some apoptosis that was just mass in a certain species, where every single species related in a certain area just completely died out, and you would have to end up, let's say you were purple and you were like right here. If you got that card, you'd have to go all the way back over here and start over again. And so the rest of the cards was the same. 10, however, was either move one pawn forward 10 spaces or move another player's pawn backwards 5 spaces and have them draw from the evolutionary consequences in which they move it accordingly if possible. So when you get a 10, you could either move the 10 spaces, or you can have another player move backwards and then draw from the evolutionary consequences, which would have them go back here. So it was completely up to you if you wanted to just ruin their game. And then evolutionary sorry, what I chose to do was you take one pawn from your start, place it at any space that is occupied by an opponent, and eliminate the opponent's pawn back to its start. If there is no pawn on your start or an opponent's pawn in any space you can move it, you forfeit your move. And what I mean by eliminate is in the sense of, will you basically become the primary species, the best species that there is, which is what happens a lot in evolution. Like in evolution, certain species come into play and they're just better suited to survive in the area that they are in. And so what I have is jumping and eliminating. It says you may jump over your own or another player's pawn that is in your way, counting it as one space. But if you land on a space that is already occupied by another opponent's pawn, natural selection says that for that pawn to go all the way back to its color start, as you were seen as a survival of the fittest. The object of the game was to be the first player to get all 4 of your pawns from your color start to your color home. And I was gonna make the pawns, but since you said that it was a prototype, I didn't make them. But I was gonna have them be little squares that, as you finished one set, you would gradually get bigger. And the biggest one that finally reached home would mean that you were the top species, the way humans are in this world today. And that's my project. Thank you.